Study about stock exchange. सो स्टॉक एक्सचेंज क्या होता है? स्टॉक एक्सचेंज इस वजह जहाँ पे सिक्योरिटीज़ को बॉट किया जाता है, सेल किया जाता है। इन्वेस्टर्स जो होते हैं वो सिक्योरिटीज़ को करते हैं बाय और सेल, मेनली इन सेकेंडरी मार्केट। सेकेंडरी मार्केट एक ऐसा मार्केट होता है जहाँ पे ऑलरेडी इशूड जो सिक्योरिटीज़ होती है उसमें डील किया जाता है। तो ये एक्टिव शेयर्स को फ्रीज करते हैं, डिबेंचर सर्टिफिकेट्स जो होते हैं उनको सेफ कस्टडी में करते हैं। फ्रीज एक्टिव शेयर्स एंड डिबेंचर सर्टिफिकेट्स इन द सेफ कस्टडी। कंप्यूटराइज ट्रेडिंग है obviously. A credit dividend payment directly to the account of the shareholder in the bank through electronic clearing mechanism. Through electronic medium, whatever dividend you get, whatever the amount you receive on the share, is directly debited to in your account of the shareholder to act as a bank for shares. So stock exchange for the shareholders, it acts as a bank for the shares. Next is role of stock exchange or functions of stock exchange. First is ready market. It is convenient meeting place because for buyers and sellers of second-hand securities, that is secondary market. Investors who have a preference for liquidity, that is cash. One who wanted the cash can sell their securities, and those who wish that they wanted to invest as they have some of the savings in their hand, so they wanted to invest so they can buy the securities. So it is a market for both buyers and sellers. It also ensures liquidity of investment, that is a proper cash flow, and people are induced to buy securities, that is people are also tend to do this investments. So it is a ready market. Second is safe market. Stock exchange is perhaps the safest market for having transactions in securities. Why? Because it is recognized code of conduct is there over there and is subject to very strict statutory regulations. Since its establishment of SEBI, that is Securities and Exchange Board of India, in 1988, so that has been become the stock exchange more safer. And in the absence of stock exchange, people might be deceived or cheated by some unscrupulous brokers or investing in some of the shares which are not there existing or which are fraud. So it's a safe market. By the introduction of SEBI into it, it becomes more safer. And then evaluation of securities. Stock exchange determines prices of various securities though the interplay of demand and supply forces. Now, what is the particular share? If suppose there is the share of Tata company, what is the demand? What is the supply? Then, according to it, the real worth of the security is decided by the play of the demand and supply forces, and the prices at which the transactions in the securities takes place are recorded and published in the form of market quotations. So what are the various transactions done in the market are written in market quotations. Fourth is agency of capital formation. It's an agency of capital formation because what you're saying, the savings which were being kept in your pockets are now saved, are now invested into the stocks. So it provides a safe and convenient market also for the investment purposes and also liquidity. People are induced to save and invest, and also otherwise this savings would have been gone in destructive channels. So they are more rooted into the productive channels to have a proper liquidity and proper investment in the growth of economy. Qualitative industrial and commercial development. Stock exchange aids in the process of ensuring qualitative industrial and commercial development of economy. How? Because stock exchange keep people shifting their investment from the insufficient companies, the companies which do not pay the proper dividends or the proper amount back, to the efficient companies which promise that they will provide a better investment, high returns. This shifting of the proper is very necessary because company a country where savings are scarce. Savings are process is scarce, so people will shift their shares value money from the one share to the other share. So it is a industry to industry development. Acting as a barometer of the company. Barometer is something that shows the changes that are happening in the economic, social, and political situation. So they are very sensitive towards economic, political, and social conditions, such as which will definitely affect the price of securities. So the price at which stock exchange also reflect the economy of the country. Stock exchange are not merely the chief theaters of business transaction, they're also the barometers which indicate the general conditions of the atmosphere of the business in the country. If in your country the stocks are growing very nicely, they are totally up, then definitely your country's economy is better than the others. Now, control over company managements. Stock exchange are very directly exercise control over the management of companies whose securities are listed with it. In fact, those companies whose securities are listed with the stock exchange have to abide the rules and regulations of stock exchange. So whatever the rules and regulations of a stock exchange are there, if your company has been registered or listed in the stock exchange, you need to abide by them. Storehouse of business informations. Companies whose securities have been listed there in stock exchange, they need to furnish the financial statements, they need to furnish the annual reports, they need to also provide other reports to the stock exchange. Also, you will see that many of the stock exchange, they publish directories which provide the data upon the corporate sector, so which is very helpful for an economic planning of the country, and it is also used by many managements of the business enterprises to see about their organization's growth and to think about their further policies. Now the last topic is SEBI, so we'll go further the next. Okay, thanks.